Hello everyone, it's Ryan, and today's video is going to be on why I left university. So, as many of you already know, I am a second year student nurse at my current university, but before that I did also study before at a different university when I was 18 years old. So basically the reason why I left university is because during my year at my old university I became unwell. And when I say unwell, there was a variety of things that contributed to me feeling the way I was feeling. And that was due to the lifestyle changes that I had adapted over in university, and it wasn't the time for me. So when I say lifestyle changes, I mean as in I was used to having a set routine of sleeping, and I had a very good routine of sleeping and, you know, to wake up at a decent time to get everything done in the day. And I had quite what's the way to put it? I had quite a structured routine which I'd followed for many years prior to going to university. So when I went there, along with the social aspects and the pressures of the course, which at 18 years old can be immense, my sleeping pattern and my routine suffered and I became insomniac. So I first started to notice when I wasn't getting as much of a good night's sleep as I used to before, and I started waking up at really erratic times, and then started, you know, not being able to go to sleep when I wanted to go to sleep. My body just wouldn't shut down, and I started to get a bit concerned because it started to affect the way I was thinking, and it started to affect my academic work, and it also started to affect my enjoyment of the course at the time and the belief of whether I could complete this at this given time. So on campus we had a campus GP, and I booked an appointment and took responsibility, and that did. So I had my appointment, and the person that I'd spoke to said that from what you're saying, you are showing signs of insomnia. And at first I'd never really heard about insomnia, and I was like, oh right. And they were like, have you tried this, have you tried that? And most of the things that they'd asked me to try, I had kind of, you know, tried to implement these before, but they didn't work, so I tried again. In the end, they said, well, in order to help you, we can prescribe you some tablets that will, you know, help settle you down and help get your sleeping pattern back on track. So I went with it. Wish I didn't, fast forward, because these tablets, yes, they made me sleep and helped me to sleep and get a good night's sleep, but they completely knocked me out to the point where it was really hard to concentrate on my work, and I always felt tired, and that impacted my studies and impacted my experience of living away. And mixed with that, I started to become homesick, and I started to miss Birmingham, miss my friends, miss my family and people that I know, and I missed the routine of knowing you know, knowing your hometown and, you know, being around people from your hometown. So all of that together made me take the decision at the end of my first year that maybe this isn't the time for me to be doing this now. And I've had such a great year here. I've made loads of new friends and I've met some great people, but maybe this isn't the time for me to be doing this right now. So I decided to contact university and go through extenuating circumstances. For those of you who don't know, extenuating circumstances can be used in a variety of different ways. You can use it to postpone exams within reason if you are suffering from anything medical, your mental health, or there's a reason, or bereavement, or there's a detailed reason as to why you cannot submit an exam, you cannot submit a piece of coursework, or maybe you just need some time away and out for a while and they can hold your place. So originally I went for extenuating circumstances and for a course interrupt, which means that I am free to leave and go back home at the point that I am in the course, but if I do wish to return within a year, I can, and start off from where I had left off. So I went for that route because at the time I did have plans of going back and continuing the course. So my extenuating circumstances were approved by the panel, and I left university and went back home. So spending a few months at home, starting to get things back on track. Before I'd left university, I came off the tablets because they didn't agree with my body. Obviously, that's not to say that for somebody else they could have helped, but for me, I found out that just being back in a comfortable scenario and a comfortable situation and being back in the comfort of my own town and my own home was enough to get me through it. Dependent on, this is different for everybody, so don't take what I'm saying as face value, because I'm not, the method of medication could work for some people, whereas other people it's other things that help sort their routine out, e.g. exercise and stuff like that. So I'm just telling it from my perspective. So as the months went past, I started to do different things, started to go back to my part-time job that I was working before I went to university and went there full-time. And throughout the months, I then decided that I wasn't going to return. And the reason for this is because once you've finished your first year, you have to find somewhere to live. Because in the first year, you do have the options to live in halls, and some second years do and some third years do, but it's very unlikely, as usually after your first year, the relationships and the social friends that you have made throughout that year, you normally decide to move into a student house with them, and you all start living together in smaller groups. So by then, the people that I'd made friends with and built relationships with, they were already moved into their house, and I just thought it'd be really hard for me to then go back and then live with a bunch of people that I've never met before and I haven't built relationships with, and especially as a second year. So I decided I wasn't going to go back. I was going to continue doing what I'm doing, and I was still debating whether nursing was for me. So throughout the time, I just continued to work and try to sort things out and make things make sense in my own mind and start to plan out the rest of my future and where I was going from here. I had a lot of support, which was really good, and it's a positive story, get over it, and was able to succumb it, and it was just a time of life. I don't know what brought it on. I just think it was the change in environment, and too quickly at a young age. I did go when I was 18, and just, when you're 18, you level up in responsibility, you start to become an adult, and I think I took it on before I was ready and didn't realise how intense the course was and how much it was going to change my life and how responsible I needed to be. I didn't realise that until quite late on. It is sad, but it's also positive because I am where I am now due to them experiences, and it prepared me for when I enrolled at the new university, as you'll begin to understand. The only negative thing is, yes, I should have qualified a few years ago, and I would have finished my course by now, but that doesn't matter, and I'm a strong believer of everything happens for a reason. You are not on everybody else's timeline, you are on your own timeline, and when something's meant to happen to you and happen for you, it will happen. If it doesn't happen when you want it to happen and when it's meant to happen, it's because it's not the right time for you. And as I go on again to start explaining things and sharing more videos with you about my life, you'll realise why that wasn't the time for me, and now it is the time. So that is why I left university. I hope you found this video interesting. I hope you've gained something from it. I hope if anybody's suffering from similar things that I have suffered with and was suffering with, I hope you are maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and I hope you are getting appropriate support from the people that you trust most. I want to wish you all the best for anyone that has moved out and are continuing to live in halls. And also I'd like to just say, don't be afraid to ask for help, and don't be afraid to admit when things aren't quite right. The first method in overcoming problems like this is accepting there's a problem and accepting that you need help. There's nothing weak in that. If not, it's very brave. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you continue to follow and support me, and if you've got any comments, please comment in the comment box below. Please like, please subscribe, and please share. Thank you for listening once again, and goodbye.